Here I am presenting Unit 15 Vocabulary for the Vocabulary Workshop Level B. Our first word is authoritative. It is an adjective meaning official, coming from a source that calls for obedience or belief. Dictatorial. A dictionary is an authoritative source for the spelling, pronunciation, and definition of words in a language. Next we have clamor. It is a noun meaning a public outcry, any loud and continued noise. Also, as a verb, it would mean to call for by loud continued outcries. The coal miners began to clamor for better working conditions in the mine. Next we have feud. It is a noun and also a verb. As a noun, it means a bitter, long-term quarrel. As a verb, it means to fight or quarrel with. We are in a feud with our neighbors because their dog won't stay out of our yard. Next, we have hardy. Hardy is an adjective meaning able to bear up under difficult conditions or harsh treatment, brave and tough. The weather could not diminish the hardy tree. It continued to thrive. Next, we have horde. It can be used as a verb or a noun. As a verb, it means to store up or save. As a noun, it means a hidden store or supply. If you've ever watched the television show Hoarders, you see that people hoard all kinds of things. Next, we have indisposed. It is an adjective meaning slightly ill. It can also mean disinclined to do something. I was indisposed last week as I was feeling under the weather. Next, we have legitimate. It is an adjective meaning lawful or rightful, reasonable or justifiable. The grandson of the billionaire had a legitimate claim to the estate after his death. Next, we have mirth. It is a noun meaning merry fun, gaiety, or laughter. The crowd was full of mirth as they enjoyed the celebration. Next is officiate. It is a verb meaning to perform the duties of an office, to conduct a religious ceremony, or to referee. My husband has officiated many weddings. Next we have sagacious. It is an adjective meaning shrewd, wise in a keen, practical way. The sagacious investigator bought stock in Microsoft way back in the 80s. Now she's incredibly wealthy. Starting our set B words is bankrupt. As an adjective, it means in a state of financial ruin. As a verb, it means to ruin financially. And as a noun, it means one who has been ruined financially. If you are not careful with your money, you could wind up bankrupt. Next, we have coincide. It is a verb that means to be in full agreement, to be in the same nature or character or function, to happen at the same time. I won't be able to attend the party tonight because it coincides with a Zoom meeting I have. Our next word is cynical. It is an adjective meaning inclined to believe the worst of people, bitterly mocking or sneering. Jonathan didn't want to go to the election because he was cynical of both candidates. Next we have despot. As a noun, it is a ruler who oppresses his or her subjects, a tyrant. Hitler is one of the most famous despots in history. Next, we have haggle. It is a verb which means to argue in a petty way, especially about a price. Most people who go to the flea market tend to haggle with the vendors over the price of their goods. Harmonious is an adjective which means able to get along together well, combining different elements that blend pleasingly, melodious. Each of the singers on the praise team had a harmonious voice. Next, we have legacy. It is a noun meaning an inheritance, something handed down from ancestor or from the past. What will you leave your children as a legacy? Next, we have partial. It is an adjective meaning not complete, favoring one side over another, or showing a strong liking for someone or something. I tend to be partial towards chocolate over the hard candies. Our next word is patronize. It is a verb which means to give one's business to regularly as a customer, to support, provide financial help, to treat someone as an inferior while making a show of being kind or gracious. Since the man in the store was being rude, the owner asked him not to patronize his establishment ever again. Your last word is rite. It is a noun meaning ceremony, the customary form of a ceremony, any formal custom or practice. Graduation is a rite of passage for all teenagers before moving on to college and becoming an adult. Make sure you complete all of your Sadler exercises and study your words.